Max, what type of fun is investing?
There's really two types of fun. It's type 1 fun, type 2 fun. Type 1 fun is the one that you know it's fun when you're doing it. Type 2 fun is painful whilst it lasts, but it's great fun when it's over, and the memories are great. Investing definitely is type 2 fun. Sometimes it's type 3 fun, which really is no fun at all. My name is Max Biagosch. Interestingly, quite a lot of the really interesting opportunities are here, right at our doorstep in Canada. There's lots of things that are topical. Data centers, energy, broader infrastructure investments. And Canada's our home market is a market where we have a real right to play and win. Energy in particular, of course, is something that Canada is naturally advantaged on. And there's lots for us to do. And we're working actively with the government and other key stakeholders to make sure that we take advantage of those opportunities. Thematically, real assets, and in particular the infrastructure complex, of course, at the moment is a bit of a flavor of the month. Start with data centers, energy security. It's pretty obvious there's lots to do. But the fact that something thematically is benefiting from a tailwind actually doesn't mean it's a great investing opportunity. So what we're testing in order to determine whether we're leaning in or leaning out of any space is always risk-adjusted returns on a relative basis. And that's a question not only of, is it a good asset, but also does it come at an appropriate price, and is there sufficient value creation opportunity? And we do that relative risk-adjusted return comparison and calibration, not only across all of the opportunities in real assets, but increasingly across all of the opportunities that the fund has access to. The key to unlock infrastructure investments in many countries is actually not the lack of capital. It's the lack of bureaucratic processes that allow for those infrastructure projects to be initiated at speed. Take permitting for large infrastructure projects. You need the land, you often need the power, you need the construction, and you need often a multitude of public and other stakeholders to come together to allow for those projects to be initiated. That can take years, if not decades, and that's hard to do. So government's ability to move through these processes quickly is a key component of competing effectively for that international capital. When you think about Europe, think not of it as one monolithic geographic area. Think of it really as what it is, which is the 28 member states, vastly different through culture, language, food. But there are things that shape the entire region in terms of priorities. And energy security, I think, is the most important one. And there's differences. You look at France, largely energy independent on the back of having stuck with nuclear for a long time. Whereas Germany has a huge need to build energy production infrastructure because they were so heavily dependent on Russian gas, and that stopped, as we know. And so we focus on those areas of opportunity, and energy in Germany would be a good example for a big opportunity for us. We get pretty cautious when everybody's getting so excited. And so there's plenty of areas within data centers as a broader ecosystem where there's a bit of hype creeping in. You have to take a step back though and look at the underlying fundamentals driving data center developments. And that's ultimately AI token usage, and then all of the other data center applications that have been in the economy for a while, cloud and enterprise users. And those fundamentals are very robust. If we, based on our thematics work, actually look at where we are tracking on a base case versus downside case versus upside case underlying demand scenario, we're definitely tracking way above base case towards sort of a more imaginative upside case if we even look 12 months back. In the areas that we would address, where there's real commerciality, there's a powered land bank to build upon, we actually see great opportunity. And yes, there's a bit of hype, but frankly, the investors at scale in the space are pretty disciplined, and so are we. despite being German, I'm a pretty excitable person. I've actually learned to be an optimist because you have to be an optimist being an investor. There is between energy, security, industrial policy, and AI, so much underlying demand for nation-building infrastructure across the world. And we have this unique mandate where we can act across the world with pretty much the full range of go-to-market approaches. There's lots and lots for us to do.